Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 weekly reset video. My name is Story, and today is May 28th. And that means we're running up until June 4th. And that will be when the new expansion is landing, but more on that later. Let's see what we've got in Destiny 2 this week. Of course, we welcome our newcomers to the game, and we treat this reset video as if we were explaining things to newcomers and folks that don't understand everything as much as best I can. So here we go. This is the map of the tower. You've got various vendors and outlets that you can peruse and have a look and acquire things from and grab missions and bounties and whatnot. But if you're on the big journey to up your power level before the next expansion, then there's a few things that you want to draw your attention to. For example, Guardian of All, a vendor challenge. Complete 20 bounties of any type. That will net you some powerful gear, as well as clan rewards. If you're part of a clan, you can pick up bounties from Hawthorne, the vendor over here, or you can just go and complete various bits and pieces out in the Destiny universe for XP, and once you've hit 5,000 XP, you get some powerful loot. Over in the annex, there is Ada 1, and she's got weapon frames that you can forge in any of the forges dotted around in the Destiny universe. However, if you forge 2 powerful frames, you will get a piece of powerful armor. So if you're after a piece of armor specifically on your journey to max power, then you can go and do that. That is something to draw attention to right there. Meanwhile, we'll go straight and dive into the playlist. So on our director screen, there's all the planets that we can visit, as well as our playlists. The Vanguard playlist contains 3 items. The first is the Daily Heroic Story Mission. Complete 3 of these for powerful loot. There is a choice of 5, and these will rotate on a 24-hour basis, and they will change on the daily reset. That's the 24 hours a daily reset, and they will change. There is modifiers for these. We've got Solar Singe. We've got that's the weekly modifier, so that stays the same throughout the whole week. These 2 modifiers will also rotate on a daily basis. This one is Iron and Brawler. Nice. Then we've got our Vanguard strikes. Complete a single strike, get some powerful loot, and then the weekly is complete 3 strikes using the same light element as a team member. So that's using the same subclass basically as a team member. So that's Arc, Solar, Void. You know, Striker Titan is Arc, for example, if you're a Titan main. So match up the subclass light elements and you'll get yourself some powerful loot. If you don't know how to do that, just have a look at the roster. So when you're loading into a strike, there'll be 3 people, including yourself, and you could just peruse and see which they are using. There you go. That is how that's done. How about the Nightfalls this week? I'm sure I smell an Insight Terminus Nightfall. Let's have a look. Right, we've got 3 Nightfalls to choose from. We've got the Warden of Nothing, the Insight Terminus, and the Arms Dealer. Now, each of these strikes will give you some specific loot. The longer you play the strikes for, if you keep repeating them over and over again, the more chances you have of getting the strike-specific loot that can drop from killing the end boss. Now, the Warden of Nothing, you have a chance at getting Warden's Law. It's a legendary hand cannon specific to this Nightfall. The Insight Terminus, there is the Long Goodbye Sniper Rifle, and oh, is it worth all the pain and suffering to go through getting that? I love it. And then there's the Arms Dealer, which will net you the Tilt Fuse Exotic Sparrow if you're lucky enough there. So there you go. Those are your Nightfalls. If you complete a Nightfall, you'll get some powerful loot. If you complete a Nightfall with a score above 100,000 points, you'll get more powerful loot. And that's how it goes with that. Then we've got our Gambit playlist, which contains 4 items. This is private matches. You don't really get anything other than fun with friends with the private matches. We've got the Reckoning, which is a cooperative arena. There's 100% worth of progress. That'll net you some powerful loot. You get more progress the higher the tiers. There's 3 tiers of Reckoning, tier 1, 2, and 3, and they have respective power elements there. 650 for tier 1, 670 for tier 2, and 690 for tier 3. There are separate modifiers for this activity. Void Singes, the burn for the week, and then today's modifiers, and these will rotate in 24 hours. Prism and Grenadier. Isn't that nice? Then we've got some Gambit. This is Gambit Normal, or Gambit Vanilla, as I like to call it. Complete 3 matches of this for powerful loot. Then we've got Gambit Prime, which is like the deluxe version of Gambit, and complete 4 matches of that for powerful loot as well. Nice. Then we have our Crucible. This is our player versus player arena here. We've got 5 playlists to choose from. Again, private matches, fun with friends. You get nothing for doing it other than the fun and what you learn and maybe some salt. Anyway, we've got quick play and competitive, opposite ends of each other, even though the matchmaking is equally as broken in both modes. So there we go. Being honest, I love you, Bungie, but the matchmaking is broken across everything. It's horrendous. But anyway, we've got quick play, 6v6, level advantages disabled, obviously. Complete daily match in any of these playlists will get you some powerful loot, and then there's 5 matches across any of these playlists, with the exception of private matches for some more powerful loot. Rumble is a 6 player, but it's basically a free-for-all, like a 1v6 kind of environment. Then we've got the Rotary playlist. This changes every week. This week it is Breakthrough. Deploy the breaker to expose your opponent's vault, then hack their vault to plunder it. I quite like this. Last week it was Showdown, which is definitely one of my favourite modes. I wish we'd see more of that. But there you go. And then there's Competitive, of course. So that's the Crucible. Then we have our weekly Flashpoint, which happens to be on IO this week. Now, there is always an adventure. Sometimes this rotates on a 24-hour basis as well, but it's a daily heroic adventure. This will give you some powerful loot once completed and give you 35% towards your Flashpoint there. Now that's activities completed. Just go and visit this lovely blue gentleman here, and he'll sort you out once you've completed all of those bits and pieces. So that's the Flashpoint, and that is on IO. So aren't you happy to hear that? What else is there? Well, on Mars, we do still have, from the Warmind, the DLC, the Warmind, it introduced a 7-man, well, we called it a 7-man or 9-man activity, but it's actually supposed to be a 3-man activity, a 3-person, rather. Let's not be gender specific. And it's called Escalation Protocol. So there are specific bits of items, weaponry, if you can, and armor that can drop from these events. And this week it is the boss is called Ner Arbath, the Crest of Sol, and the sniper, it's an Icolo sniper, will be the potential random drop that you can get from farming this event. So if you're after those for whatever triumphs and challenges and for out your collections, then just know Escalation Protocol, it is a sniper week. Okay, then we've got the Dreaming City, my favourite area indeed. There are weeklies here. Complete 2 of Petra's weekly bounties for some powerful loot. There is also an Ascendant Challenge, which you can go and pick up from her, and the Ascendant Challenge this week is in the Spine of Keris. So drink your tincture, see the portal, jump through the portal, complete the activity, and we've got guides on this, by the way. So if you just type in the Spine of Keris Ascendant Challenge, there will be a guide on our channel here telling you how to complete it. Isn't that nice? We do try and think of everything, as well as a variety of other bounties. Complete 8 daily bounties, you get other bits and pieces, and you might get your chance at some pretty decent gear. Dreaming City armor has a chance with enhanced perks, so you can get yourself some nice enhanced perks, or maybe some enhanced perks. So that is the Dreaming City. Isn't that nice? And that is about all the things that we have in our weekly reset right there. There is also obviously the Tangled Shore. If you want to go over to the Tangled Shore, there is a vendor. There's vendors everywhere, but this one in particular will have a bounty for powerful loot. That will get you some stuff, and potentially a Lord of Walls exotic shotgun if you're looking for that. So just hop on over and have a good old look. He also trades in various planetary resources for other planetary resources. So he's a bit pricey. He's not very fair when it comes to money and stuff, but there you go. He's there should you want to use him. Then we've got our friendly gunsmith. You can cash in your gunsmith materials for random rolls on various bits of legendary weaponry. He also has gear mods, an armor mod and a weapon mod. This week we've got today. These rotate on a 24-hour basis as well. We've got a Paragon mod here, which increases the class ability regeneration speed, and there's Major Spec, which deals extra damage against powerful enemies. So you might want to stick that on your Recluse if you've been grinding the pinnacle weapon for this season, which you have precisely 1 more week left to get. I think you could. it's possible that you might be able to get it afterwards, maybe. We don't know yet. You've been able to achieve all the other pinnacle weapons, so let's see. But if you want to get to 2100 points in comp this season, you have to do it before next week. Otherwise, you have to start from 0 glory points all over again. There you go. It's a harsh world, but that's the way it is. Right then, let's hop on over to the Leviathan raid vendor and see what we have there. Benedict, 99 and 40 pence. He's dropped his soap once again. We've got some gear here. You have to complete the Leviathan raid in order to have access to the tokens and just to be able to buy this stuff. This costs 25 legendary shards as well as 25 Emperor Callus tokens. You'll need to have all this stuff to complete various challenges and triumphs in the challenges and triumphs section. So this week the gear on offer is the normal Leviathan helmet, normal Leviathan gauntlets, the Eater of Worlds chest piece, the Spire of Stars boots, and a Prestige Leviathan class item, as well as the inaugural address pulse rifle. There are also raid layers on the Leviathan to do that have different modifiers and whatnot, so let's report on those. Go to the Nessus orbit, grab one of the raid layers. This is the Eater of Worlds, and choose Prestige, and then we can see the modifiers here. We've got Arsenal. Weapons have no reserve ammo. Emptying the clip of a weapon refills the clips of your holstered weapon. Then there's Arms Master. You've been challenged to wield the following: Kinetic Auto Rifle, Energy Auto Rifle, Power, anything. Those are the Leviathan bits and pieces this week. We'll run over to Ada and just see her stock just for the lols. So be right back. Here we are. Ada has a variety of daily and weekly bounties to complete. Once a weekly bounty is complete, you'll get a ballistics log, which will give you access to choose one of these weapon frames. You can only pick up 2 ballistic logs per week each character, so that's 6 in total. And once you've chosen a powerful weapon frame and completed it, you will be able to redo that frame if you so wish, but it wouldn't be a powerful one, so it only really works out if you're looking for a specific role. For example, this pulse rifle, if I selected this pulse rifle now and went and completed the frame, it would drop in the forge as a high power item with a random roll, or maybe you'll get the curated version from the powerful frame itself. But if I wanted to carry on farming a pulse rifle for that god roll feeding frenzy kill clip kind of jive, then I can carry on do so with a lower power level drop there. So it's just if you're chasing after specific roles. On page 2, we have access to mod components. If we trade in some legendary shards and gunsmith materials, you can roll your chances at some special black armory mods for weapons and whatnot. That's a lot of fun. We're going to wrap up the video now by visiting Tess and see what Eververse has for us this week. Crack open your purse, spend all your cash at Eververse. Here she is. We've got some bright dust purchases. We have It Wasn't Me emote, the Gallop emote. We've got a sparrow, couple of sparrows, couple of ships. We've got a ghost. We've got this treacherous projection, which you can apply to your ghost. We've got an ornament for the Ursa Furiosa. These are class specific, so there will be a hunter and a warlock specific one as well. Then we've got the Panama Ravine, a wonderful ornament for the chaperone. You get that in your basket. And then there's Dread from Below, an ornament for Telesto. Very blue and smooth. Then we've got some transmat effects, some shaders and boons. On page 2, there is our Eververse bounties and exclusive Eververse packages. I only have 3 here because I've bought them all because I'm a sucker. Anyway, but there'll be a lot more there. If you haven't had those, you can peruse them and have a look at what they have inside and see whether that's the kind of thing that you would like to buy. There is also some other exclusive packages right here. Primetime bundle. We've got the Gravitational Effects bundle for the Graviton Lance. There it is. And we also have the Guardian's Best Friend bundle. That includes the Good Doggo emote. So that's probably your last chance to get the Good Doggo right there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the weekly reset. The last week before Season of Opulence begins next Tuesday. Are you excited? If so, tell me why in the comments down below. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember, smoke with some popcorn. We'll be back for breakfast.